Yo, what's up guys? Welcome back to another video. As you can see by the title, this is a video I never thought I'd have to make for a while, and I really didn't want to make. By the title and what's happened, you guys know today is a very sad day for Barnsley Football Club, as the man that we had such good high memories with for last season has left the club. It says they've come to a mutual agreement, so from my beliefs, Daniel Stendel has not been sacked. He's left the club. There's rumours that he's been forced out of the club by the owners. The owners' decisions have forced him out the door. There's loads of things to talk about. I'm going to get into all that stuff now and give my point of view on the situation. Back in April/May time, Barnsley Football Club was at its highest point that I've seen since supporting the club, alongside the time when we won the playoff final against Millwall back in 2016. It's one of the highest and best points I've seen. Some of the fans, some of the players, all brought together as a community. The closest I've seen them all together, and the biggest and best memories I've seen since supporting the club. At that point, back in April, back end of April, start of May, we were celebrating just being promoted to the Championship, courtesy of Daniel Stendal and his coaching staff, their first season. They came over unknown. Nobody knew who there was. If anybody did know who there was, they didn't know a lot about him and about his coaching staff. He came over. He made an incredible impact to football. He brought his style of play over to England, joined us. A lot of us were wary about him, as obviously we didn't know who he was. He took the League One by the scruff of the neck and showed what kind of manager he is. He brought his new style of football, like I mentioned, over to England with the squad that we had, made good use of it, and after a long, hard fought, really good season, following them home and away, we ended up finishing second, as you guys know. During that time, I remember Bristol Rovers away. I didn't go, but I was at the beanbag watching it. All players were sipping champagne, medals round the neck, shouting, celebrating, singing, having the day of their lives. We've just been promoted to the Championship. What a day that was. And 5, 6 months later, it's come to this. Daniel Sendell has left Barnsley Football Club. We don't actually know the reasoning of him leaving the club, but there's several reasons what people think. I'm going to tell you what they are now, guys. You guys will already know, but I'm going to address them now, and I'm going to tell you my opinion why I think he's left. The main reason for Daniel Stendel leaving, people are blaming the board. I say a good 80% of the fans are blaming the board for Daniel Stendel leaving. He, like I say, he came over last year, brand new to English football. We came up to the Championship, and as we always do every year, we sought our best players. We sought Moore, we sought Lindsay, we sought Pinnock, and Adam Davies went. They were our main players that we let go, the core of our defence. So there was a lot of rebuilding to do in the summer that just passed, and we was all expecting the board, our billionaire owners, to live up to what they say, to back Daniel Stendal like they promised, and to replace them players with equally as good players to give us a good chance of staying up in the Championship. As I quote, we had one of our best transfer windows ever. And at the time, it seemed like we did have one of the best transfer windows ever. But in my opinion, the amount of players that we signed overshadowed the quality that we signed. We signed 11 players, as you know. I could list them all, but you guys already know who they are. From what I know, the money that we got from selling the players that I listed and a couple of others, funded for all them players. So if it is true what I've read, the owners actually didn't take any money out of their pocket to buy them players. All these young kids that we've bought to fit their system that they want has all been through the sales of players last year. So we've not actually invested anything into any of these players this year. The main reason fans are moaning at the board for their for players they brought in is bringing the young kids in. We had quite a few young kids last year when we got promoted, but young kids can work in League One. In the Championship, it's a different kettle of fish. Like I've already mentioned, they offered to back Daniel Stendal, give him the signings that he wanted, and through his team selection this year, suggests that all them signings are not what he wanted, and a lot of them are just the young kids that the board wanted. Which, as everyone is complaining about, the board have gone in not throwing any money at it, brought all these young kids in, hoping that these young kids will sort them out and keep us up so they don't have to spend any money on any experienced or better players. No disrespect to the players we've got, but they've gone for the cheap option and hoping for it to pay off. From several press conferences and the way Stendhal's been acting and what he's been saying, and like I say, his team selections, a lot of them players were his choice, and I think that's slowly forced him out the door. As he's said in many press conferences that he's going to speak to the board and he wants experienced heads. We don't have one experienced head in. The most experience we've got is the players that played with us when we got relegated that season from the Championship. So no real Championship survivors experience-wise in the squad. And that's the main reason that people believe Daniel Stendhal got forced off. I do believe that. I hate to believe it, but it's true. There's only one positive out of this situation, that Daniel Stendhal left and he didn't get sacked, because if he got sacked, then the fans would be even more furious than what he is. This is just a short video to address it. Obviously, I'm disappointed and it's horrible. Some people are saying it might be better, it might be for the change, as what was Stendhal going to change? His team selections were a bit dodgy here and there, but he's a man we trusted last year, and he's a man all fans are going to trust this year. And we've got to say, let's trust the board, but from what we've seen so far, we can't trust the board. But I don't know what happens now. Let me know what you guys think will happen. Let me know your thoughts on what's happened, guys. That's just my quick thought and analysis on it. Let me know your situation. Sad to see him go. He was a legend. He brought passion and so much other stuff to the club that not many managers have done in many years. But yeah, that's the video. If you aren't new, subscribe. We just hit 1.6k, road to 2k for the end of the year. That's my goal. Next vlog, Swansea at home. Can't wait for that. But it's live stream Friday. Don't miss it. Thanks for watching.